So we're gonna do Red Dead. You know, last time I played this, some shit happened. I don't want to spoil it, but if you're here, then I guess you're gonna get spoiled soon enough, because how could you not? But yeah, it was, the past couple streams have been completely fucked up in terms of characters dying, characters about to die, and just things. Lots of things, including a hot air balloon. And I think we have to bust John Marston out of jail. Vinny, did you see the microtransactions for Red Dead Online? No. I haven't. What's going on with them? $100 for 300 gold bars. $10 for 25 gold bars. Did you expect any less? That's a macro transaction. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Again, my plan with the online, if I ever get into it and start playing it, and I probably will after I finish this game, you know, the single player that is, my whole plan is this. I might play it, I might explore a little bit, I might do some missions, because the missions and the multiplayer stuff in that sense is fun. I like that. I don't think I'll ever get addicted to buying, like, better horses and saddles and, you know, like, soon enough there's gonna be, like, you know, hot air balloons with weed on it and fins. I don't want that shit. I don't care about that shit. Some people do, and the type of personality that's into that kind of thing, or people who maybe have gambling, you know, issues. Maybe not gambling so much as just people who get kind of into that sort of thing will spend the money. And I believe the gaming industry calls them whales, which is to say, it's like a cash cow. Just people who, like 2% of people that spend thousands of dollars on a game. That kind of thing. I mean, I bought enough stuff in Counter-Strike that I understand it. Now, granted, I didn't go too crazy with Counter-Strike, but I have purchased some stuff with Counter-Strike, yes. That's the gambling part. That's the addictive part, because it's like, oh, I got a crate. If I spend $2.50, I get a key to open the crate. It could be anything. It could be this amazingly rare skin. And I remember I actually made a couple bucks from a skin one time. But... And then, someone sent me a bunch of skins on Steam because they watched the stream and they were kind enough to say, you know what? I don't want these. And then another person did the same thing, and I ended up getting a bunch of skins for the, guns in Counter-Strike. And then I stopped caring. I was just like, wait, I have all this. I don't need more. I'm good. But, yeah, I guess for me, the only time I would buy anything in-game is if it's a substantial amount of content. I know the characters in Smash Brothers take a long time to develop. Getting a pack with, like, Cloud and Bayonetta for Smash 4 was a really nice thing. The Splatoon 2 DLC was really good. But when it comes to microtransactions, I'd like to, if possible, avoid that. I'd really like to stay away from that from now on. So, and that, again, that's not even a microtransaction, that's a fucking macro transaction if it costs that much. I get you. Can't lock on. It won't let me lock on while I have the sword out. Yeah. Microtransactions, I know. Microtransaction is a huge pain in the ass. We could talk about that for hours. And again, as much as I like Rockstar as a developer, as much as I like how nice they are to me, as much entertainment as I get from their games, Take-Two should take a hike. I'm so sorry. That was terrible. Anyway, let's get back into the game. Arthur has tuberculosis. And no, that's not a joke. If you missed the previous... Why am I laughing if it's not a joke, you may say? Because I'm a child. But the truth is that last time I played this, Arthur got diagnosed. He was coughing, and this does not bode well.
I ain't got a final plan yet. Arthur, I ain't got it.
What is that? You don't have a plan?
I just need time.
You need time? Do you need money? You know shit's real when Dutch doesn't have a plan. Finally, fresh out a plan.
Guess I just miss Hosea and his, wisdom, you know? Of course. There's the bridge.
I feel like Hosea should have been more active in telling Dutch to fuck off on some of his schemes. Or maybe he could have just been the leader of the group. Or maybe do we need a group? There's probably a million different ways this could have gone. Hosea was too kind to lead a gang. Yeah, I guess I agree with that. Vinny, that sounds like treasonous talk. I'm just saying, if we ain't no kill, then we gonna earn her.
Further now.
There's another thing I wanted to mention, chat, which was that Elon Musk has apparently stopped working lately and stopped showing up to conference calls to show his staff episodes of Monty Python or clips of Monty Python, which I totally understand. I do the same thing. But I'm more and more I'm seeing Elon Musk as a Michael Scott sort of character. Like he gets his employees to like reenact the parrot sketch with him. He takes one hit of weed that he doesn't inhale, and then he thinks he's like a G. Get out of here.
Definitely very close now.
Did you finish The Office? No, I'm on season 7. I watched the last episode I watched was China, it's called. And it was a good one. It's a season 7 episode that didn't suck. And it had a good moment with Dwight. There was like a good character development moment that I enjoyed. Master of Stealth Skyrim has arrived. That's my name, Skyrim. John Skyrim. Why are we murdering cavemen? You know, story reasons.
Out of the cave. Quietly. Looks like it's on then, Charles.
I missed one shot. That was a bullshit miss anyway. Alright, come on out. Come on, each one of you. Vinny, how do you feel about this game being unplayable without aim assist? I mean, the same can be said of all religions. The same can be said about any console FPS. I think they would have to just restructure the amount of things they shove at you, and also make the bad guys hit you less. So I wouldn't say unplayable, but if in its current state, it wouldn't be as easy. Whoa! Weird that would happen like that. That's never happened to me before. I had full health there, right? Or close to it.
You see that? Someone's coming out of the cave.
Tell me more.
What in tarnation?
It's okay, his tarnation wasn't loud enough to draw attention.
Calm down.
The others, they killed them.
See, we're
You're
going.
safe now.
We're riding.
Just
We're riding.
some folks is just evil. Ain't no point trying to explain it.
I'm not evil. I only killed 600 people, not 7. Meredith, I gotta confess, I've kicked a dog. Dude I went to high school with that would brag about how he kicked his dog. He got suspended for other psychotry. He did some pretty fucked up shit. Most of which was only rumor. No one actually knows why he got suspended, but he would like play pranks on people. He'd put firecrackers in the toilet, that kind of shit. I mean, sorry to talk about this, but yeah, he was just not good. So they suspended him, and then, you know, he stopped doing shit, as far as we were aware.
It'll be easier to walk from there.
But he would brag about it. He would say that his dog would get really annoying, and he was like, yeah, I used to kick my dog. It's like, please stop telling us this. What the fuck is wrong with you? There was also like a competition for who could do the stupidest shit in high school. For people who are still in high school or who are just getting out of high school, just note that the rest of the world isn't like that. Or at its best, it shouldn't be. Because you start to, you know, view things in the mindset of like a clique, and yeah, that's not good. I guess it kind of is like that. Jesus.
You told who what?
Mr. Middleton and Mr. Ross about the bank robbery, and I wanted them to kill you.
You did what? Arthur?
She's a fool.
Get her out of here. You know the rules.
Not so
Everybody
big
does.
now.
You...
Quit your lollygagging. Get back to work.
I think we have a new gang leader. It's fucking Grandma. Morning dew. I don't know, I feel like it would be in Arthur's best interest to relax and not go do crazy shit. But you don't want my character to look like a walrus? Maybe a nice shave is exactly what Arthur needed to feel better. Well, I haven't been donating to the camp.
Haven't received anything from you in a while, Mr. Morgan.
Yeah, but, you know, there's other people. I mean, the thing about this game is you could easily get distracted. There's always side missions. There's always, like, hunts and stuff like that that you could do. Thinking about how the past however many streams I've done of this, you know, and how I've gone straight for the story missions. I mean, I've done these missions too. I like these missions. Wait, is that a Strauss mission? Oh god, more? Yeah, I can see playthroughs of this game taking over 100 hours for a lot of people, which is too much for me. I mean, I did that with Breath of the Wild, but that was like, I don't know, that was a special case. It wasn't a story-motivated thing. It was more exploration-motivated. Whether that's better or worse, I don't know, but I enjoyed it.
Family man, desperate, you know the type.
Couldn't one of the boys do
I
this?
tried. They lacked your vigor.
Vigor, huh? All right.
Take care.
Well, I
Mr.
think of
Morgan.
youthful energy when I see Arthur's face these days. I just think exuberance. It's just the first thing that comes to mind, of course. So what was I saying before that got some people's panties in a bunch? I said... What did I say? Oh, I said the. No, I said I was talking about high school. There's not really much more to add to it, but... I kind of want to, like, take a poll. Do we have any mods in chat that'd be willing to make a straw poll? I'm just curious if anyone here really liked high school. Most of the stories I hear about high school from when I was growing up till now were people that hated high school. And I was just wondering if there's anyone here who actually liked it. Because I was 60% dislike. But there were some good memories as well, and some good friendships and stuff like that. It looks like at about 400 votes, it's like a 70% no to a 30% yes. It's probably going to hover somewhere around there. I mean, it's amazing. Once you get a big enough sample group, it really just kind of goes in that direction. It's so fucking weird. It's been about 70% since 150 votes. Now it's 69. People are going to try to keep it at 69, and this is good. You should be doing that. Yeah, I guess my expectation was about that. That sounds about right. And I know that's a general question, because there's a lot of things you could like about school. And a lot of things you could dislike. So, like, you might enjoy the classes, or your professors, or your teachers, and but you might not like the students. There's probably a million different factors. Okay, let's do the blind test.
Help the blind. Help a blind man.
He's blind.
$1 for your future. $1 for your fate. Your whole life has been one of regret, but it can end better than it began.
All right, friend.
How did he know you were there? He heard the horse? Someone said, Vinny, what the fuck?
I have nothing more for you.
You might have missed an earlier stream of mine, but, when there's a blind person, every now and then, there's someone who's a scam artist, someone's japing, and they're not really blind, and if you aim a gun at their face, they'll be like, I was just kidding!
I said, hell, even a blind hog finds an acorn every once in a while.
Agreed. The blind hog gets the early berm.
Maybe I could go with
Well, maybe you could just leave us all alone. Maybe. Maybe you could just go fight some other battle.
So for those that don't know, I collected debt from her husband. Did I kill her husband? I don't remember the exact mission. I did watch a video of the dude that coughed blood in Arthur's face, which the heavy implication, of course, was that that was how Arthur got sick. That was the same guy? Well, there you go. That's kind of poetic justice. Technically, you beat him to death, but he died to TB and you sped up his death, probably. Jesus.
Hey, mister!
Oh, welcome back.
The mayor, it says here...
The princess is having a party at a castle.
I don't know about this guy, Mario. See, now I can't do it. I had the Luigi voice from the Super Show. I had it down. Wow. It's like I lost the orc voice. I was able to do an orc voice. I don't know how to do it anymore.
Why don't you shut up? Leave the boy alone.
Or what?
I'll cough on you.
Listen, take this. All of it. Try and talk to your mama and get out of here.
And now it's time for retribution. Oh, fuck! I didn't expect that. Yeah, why would there be dynamite and explosives in a mine? What are they trying to do? How much money did Arthur just give that child? 35 bucks? Here's 35 bucks. Start a new life with your ma. But, mister, this ain't enough, mister. You go out, you live in a mansion down in Saint Denis. Mister, this isn't even close to enough. This is how much a stagecoach costs to get there. Also, I coughed into my hand a little bit, which is now on that money, so you got what your father had now.
Come on, girl. You idiot.
Well, to be fair, in 1899, $35 was something like 45 million yen. Hey, I still have the machete.
This is the one. Kill him for what?
Hey, Alright. There you go. That's how quick you can lose a horse. That horse is just straight up fucking dead now. Oh wait, no it's not. Oh. Oh, thank God for that. So, what happened at that moment, you may say to yourself? Well, I tried to lock on, I pull out my weapons, I try to lock on to the dudes, and Arthur instead decides to look at the horse. So he looks at the horse, and I immediately die. Usually, if your horse, I think, because it was still in revive mode, like I had the option to revive it, and it didn't just straight up die, because of that, I think maybe the horse was, or I don't know. But at least the horse is, you know, a lot. I wasn't gonna load. Just for the record, I was gonna just buy a new horse. I was just gonna, just let it go. Another thing that should be noted is that I've named this horse, Bort. It is yellow. Bart is yellow. I bet you didn't know that.
Yep. Yep.
Now the horse is dead. I don't know, I thought it could survive. I've seen this horse do some pretty incredible things. You know, torment the poor thing. Make it jump off a cliff, and then just feed it sugar cubes. That is how you take care of animals.
Stay back.
Ow, my head! So, rabies, TB, syphilis, what else can Arthur get? Lumbago, that's an easy one, yeah, I guess so. Everyone had, I feel like everyone was on the verge of lumbago in this time. In 100 years, video games will be advanced enough where the AI can generate, like, voice clips. And you can just really make your own adventure. So, like, you might have a story like this, but if you don't want Arthur to have TB, then he won't. And the story will end in thousands of different possible ways.
Hey, you're okay, girl.
It really will be like Westworld. I'm just hooking everybody up with bingo slots. I just want to make sure everybody gets their bingo today. Okay. Okay, girl, what the fuck was that now? You won't need voice actors in 100 years. So, Majel Barrett, who is Gene Roddenberry's wife, who played Nurse Chapel, and she also played Luoxana Troy on Star Trek. She was the voice of the computer in Star Trek The Next Generation. So any of the computer voices, that was her. Now, before she passed away, she recorded hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lines of, like, just computer stuff. Because in the future, she wanted to be the voice of another computer in Star Trek. And we're on the cusp of a technology that could get us fairly natural-sounding voice clips from, you know, a bunch of, like, data amalgamated together. Like, someone's voice, like someone talks, like a streamer, for example. If someone talks for hours, they can just throw that into the system, it can analyze it. With a little bit of manual help, you can probably tune the voice and make it say things that you want. So, it's very possible that there will be a Star Trek series with Majel Barrett's voice again. We're not there yet. I think they wanted to do it for Discovery, and they didn't have the technology yet. Here's another thing I found out recently. This is true. Frank Zappa wanted to have his hologram tour. He predicted that in the future, holograms would go around and do touring. And he died, you know, like pretty young, and he had no idea that this was really happening. But he had himself, like, do all this stuff, like, digitized, I guess you can call it. He had himself, well, it was the 70s, but he, like, had himself recorded in such a way that he could, they could call upon these clips for his hologram tour, which, by the way, is coming up, because it's real now. Apparently, William Shatner has done the same thing, because Shatner wants to live forever. And what else? Also, there's a couple actors who have in their clause to never resurrect them should they die. Well, I'll just do some random killing. Killern. Damn, good thing I'm left with only 2 weapons. That's awesome. Cool system, Rockstar.
Look, you can take the silver locket for the debt.
Damn the
This is called Red Dead Redemption.
Somewhere safe.
So I'm gonna set a weapon. Let's see how long it takes for it to go away. Here, there's an Arthur. Another Arthur? You can't have that. That would be confusing for the player. If I'm not me, who the hell am I? I want movies to be more like real life and just have like 7 people named Mike. Because that's how my life has gone. I just keep meeting Mikes over and over and over again. The weird thing about my name is that there are a million Vinnys all over the fucking place. In New York. But then there's a lot of people online that tell me they've never heard the name Vinny before. Like, not, you know, it's not like they've heard it. It's not like they've never heard it, but they've never met anybody in their area. Meet hot local Vinnies in your area today. Binyat.com.
He's just where you left him.
Could you imagine the game was so realistic that if you walk through that, you get stuck, you have to go around? I don't want that kind of realism in my video games, to be honest. Maybe holodeck VR. Like, if we can get to that point, then I'll deal with, you know, realism on that level. But until then, I don't want to fucking have to deal with this, like, this, what would you call it? Stirrup? No. Let's just call it this rope. Getting stuck on, like, a little tree like that. It's a rein. Stirrup is the foot thing. William Shatner would be so pissed at me. William Shatner, to this day, at the age of 87, rides horses.
You're a real gentleman, you know?
Sometimes, maybe. Yeah, how'd you lose a leg?
Oh, in the war. Cannonball. Pretty clean, though. I don't have much pain, and I didn't get any gangrene. A young boy went into battle with me, got cut in half, so all things considered, I'm doing pretty well, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
You like fishing? You come with me someday, I know some pretty good spots.
I'm a pretty poor fisherman.
Yeah, well, I'm great, so between the two of us, we do okay. You throw me again, you old dumb bastard, I'm gonna put a bullet in you. I'll see you again.
Jesus. Best new character in the game. Confirmed. I go to that guy, I'm like, hey, you want to start a group? We can be outlaws. Me, you, we'll get like 2 other guys. Is that the feller? Yeah, that's the feller. Look at that. I just found him.
Looks like a fine traveling companion. No, excuse me, partner.
You're in my way.
Wait, wait a minute. Weren't we just friends? You just invited me to your home.
Hey, move it!
How quick we are to forget these things. But yeah, Bill Shatner is just like jelly. He's just exactly Zap Brannigan from Futurama. He's just a jelly. Well, I'm just saying, when he's on his horse, he's able to ride the horse and absorb the shock. Like, he's got shock absorbers in his body. That's how he looks so good for 87.
Okay.
I haven't done anything bad in a while. Why? Oh, because I saw my morality meter go all the way to the right. And I'm just thinking, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I've done horrible things. And also bingo square. So yeah, I think that the Shatner thing, like where... I don't know what age he decided to have himself hologramized. But regardless, technology is hitting a point where we'll be able to revive the Star Trek original series with the original cast. It's gonna happen. I mean, they already... Right now, they're just hiring different actors to do the same thing. It's disturbing, but I really believe we're getting to that point. Look at where we were 20 years ago with technology, and then look at it today. Look out! And I know that's, like, almost a cliche, and, like, who doesn't say that? But... it's just come so far. I think that in another 20 years, and especially considering it's increasing, like, exponentially, I don't see any reason why people can't just digitize the actors, make them act for them. Oh, that's a cool animation. I don't think I've ever seen that in a game before. So if you approach it from the side and you try to climb it, Arthur will turn himself around. Vinny, where are you going? I'm looking for the treasure. I don't know where I'm going. I have no idea. Vinny, did you hear that Blizzard killed off Heroes of the Storm? What? That's Japes, right? Did they not just announce a character for that? No, it's real. They just canceled some tournaments. Okay, see, that was clickbait. You got me. You did it. Chat clickbait. Success. Meanwhile, if someone had the chat message, Vinny, did you hear that Heroes of the Storm canceled a few tournaments? I would have ignored it completely. Apparently they're shifting developers to another project. Whatever. It's something that, I was interested in just in the general news idea of it, but I didn't ultimately care much. They said it will have less content coming out. I guess you kind of have to figure it like this. Blizzard is a company that likes money. Well, Activision Blizzard. Let's call them what they are. Activision Blizzard likes money. World of Warcraft is still getting expansions 12 years later. More than 12 years. If Heroes of the Storm was as successful, they would be shifting quite a few resources into that, as opposed to taking them off. I mean, it makes sense. It's not like, you know... If you're losing money... Say you have 4 pieces of bubblegum, and I have 2. And you give me... You give me $4, and then I give you $2 back. And you don't want bubblegum. Well, then we stop working on the... We stop that. And then you go. And that's how it is. It's like that. just want to see what would happen. It's a complete waste of time.
Come on, girl.
Come on, girl. Yeah, that was pretty shitty. But I have no one to blame except... I'm not finishing that sentence.
And now there's some fellas coming to take the house. There ain't nothing left, mister.
The fuck did Arthur do?
I just wanted to say the debt's canceled and here, take this.
But you know, maybe you and your friend that lent him the money could do things differently. Like, not threaten a man. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I really am.
Where is Leopard Strauss anyway? I want to talk to this guy. Got me a couple words I want to share with this guy. Strauss indirectly gave Arthur TB, just so you know. In case anyone didn't know, it was one of Strauss's missions that eventually led to Arthur getting spit in the face. And at this point in the game, they're making these fucking debt missions so sad that you don't even want to do it anymore. Like the first couple missions, it was...
Lost. Me and my brothers might be able to help you. We got monsters in all sides. See this son bitch now.
Not this time. Not this fucking time. Could you imagine if they really just wanted to help me because they thought I was lost? But these Strauss missions started off in like a way that you could just like feel like a tough guy, start punching people in the face, and it's like, collect the debt! And now I hate every minute of it. But you have to put yourself in Arthur's shoes. Arthur is not long for this world. What is the point of being an asshole? Like helping somebody and then killing them after saving them from wolves.
Get up.
What?
Get up!
What is wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Nothing at all.
What are you doing?
Something I should have done a long time ago. You and me, we ain't decent. But those folk, they was. Now here, take that. Take that and get lost.
I'm
Leaving.
How are you doing?
I am now the goodest of all the guys. Can't have that happen for too long. Yeah, I mean, you collect all this money throughout the game. At this point, it doesn't even feel like a hit. It's whatever. I like that we're getting to see Arthur's redemption arc with my fake game money. It's kind of fun. Shops are now 50% off if you keep this honor up. Really? See, this game is Red Dead Temptation, because every fucking 2 seconds something new happens to try to tempt you away from your main story. Speaking of. Why would you do that, horse? Why would you make that? It's not even a jump you could make, horse! And then you know my good guy points are gonna go all the way down. I wanna be a good guy. Oh god. Oh god, I don't recommend off-roading. I've committed to this off-roading. You know what they say about off-roading.
It ain't easy.
Tried to work the word green in there. I couldn't figure it out. I don't think I've gotten a train to run over anyone yet. It's unrelated to anything happening on the screen. Just thinking out loud. I make cowboy movie about vampire star Arthur Morgan.
Push me. I'll put a bullet in you.
I presume Archie sent you?
I said clear off before I deal with you.
I'll see you again, dearie.
Oh, what was that creep noise?
Listen.
All right. Let's go.
Okay, but you're not riding my horse. Oh wait, yeah, you can. Arthur's dying anyway.
Okay then. So just forget about me and the guilt you're carrying, because no good can come of that for either of us. And all you can do now is decide the man you want to be for the time you have left.
She's very wise.
Someone who can still be helped. Well, help yourself.
This is heavy stuff.
So foggy.
I find it quite spooky.
Until she just like pushes me out the way.
Here. Take this. I don't need it no more.
I don't want your money.
Yeah, I know you don't want it.
I don't.
You sure as shit need it. Take it.
No.
I ain't looking for forgiveness. It ain't about that. But don't forgive me. Just take the money and get out of here. Please. I know I ruined your life. I suffer for it every day. But don't let yourself get killed for pride. I seen it kill too many folk. Don't say anything. Don't thank me. Just take the money and pack your bags. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
I said don't thank me. Get out of here. Please.
Oh my god. Fucking heartbreaking. You spend so much time with Arthur, and then so much of it is your own choice. Like, you get to be an asshole if you want, but there are some missions where you kind of don't have a choice, and you have to be an asshole. And then, as a kind of a character development, it's nice to see Arthur finally repent for some of this. And this isn't even necessary. Like, this is stuff that isn't, like, it's not yellow, so it's not vital to the main thing, but this is better than some of the main quest stuff. I don't know, for me at least. I've said this before, I'll say it again, I think Arthur's one of the most fleshed out video game characters. I know a lot of people have been saying that. I know it's almost like a buzz phrase, I'll call it. But I really feel that. There's so many lines, the voice actor did a great job. The writing is pretty great most of the time. And you have this, like, big immersive, like, kind of world that you can be in. And, for all the game's shortcomings, or perceived shortcomings for others, it does character right.